let's talk about words that have that I sound in them, either I or I or right? The letter I only has really 3 sounds that it makes. The letter I can be tricky because Yellow Yo-Yo Man sometimes makes it sound, but the letter I really only makes 3, right? We know Impy Ink says if. We know Mr. I says I, and then we know that Irving right, says So let's make a chart of these 3 sounds and some words that have these sounds so that when we're looking at our books or we're writing, we know which ones to try. Look for these words in your books this week. Go on a word hunt. Be a word detective. Find these sounds in your words and write them down. Being a word detective is tricky, right? Because it's more than just finding the letter I in your books. You've got to figure out what that letter I says. So you have to read the word. But I know that we can handle it now because we've all become such great readers, right? So let's do our letter I. Now, I'm going to do it. I'll do it in yellow unless it's too hard to see because that's what color, well, you can see it. Our letter I is in Letterland, except for Irving who's purple. Okay, so for my Impy Ink, I'll put the little ink bottle there. I'll just draw it fast. I need some colors. Now you can do your pictures as fast or as slow as you would like to. I'm just trying to go fast so we have time to get all of our stuff done. So you're not watching this video forever. Okay, there's Impy Ink, right? And then Mr. I think I'm going to put an ice cream cone, right? Because he's always holding one. Whoop. I can put whatever flavor of ice cream I want on there, although I think he's usually holding a yellow ice cream cone. Maybe it's lemon, maybe it's banana, who knows? Okay, there's Mr. I, and then our last I sound is the Irving right? When Impy Ink gets stolen by the robot stealer. So let's put a robot on here, and then I'm gonna have to draw a little ink bottle. But I'm also gonna have to draw it inside of the bag. Let's put a few colors on it so that we can tell that it's Impy. Orange. Okay, so there's our 3 I sounds, right? I, and So let's think of some words that have these sounds in them, okay? So let's think about Impy Ink. We know Impy Ink starts words like ink, right? Ink is a little weird because that ing sound we can't quite figure out, but ink. We also know that Impy Ink starts words like invention, right? Incredible, interesting, And then we know that Impy Ink can be in the middle of a lot of words, right? Words like sit or spin or winter or pig, right? All of these words. Split. I would like to have a banana split. But then we also know that Mr. I sound says I, right? We hear I in words like ice, right? Cream is the second word, but words like ice or item. And then we see Mr. I typically, we only see Mr. I at the end of one word. Does anybody remember what that word is? Hi. Right? But then we see Mr. I in sort of 3 different times. So we can see Mr. I when he is an I and then a magic E. We can see Mr. I when he is in IE words. And then we can see Mr. I in IGH words. We haven't really talked about those yet, but I know that a lot of you are seeing them when you read, so I thought we'd talk about them now. So I magic E words, right? Like kite, right? Or what's another IE word? I magic E word. Bite. Ooh, crocodile. See that I at the end? That word has 2 O sounds in it too, right? Ah, O, crocodile, kite, bite, twice. All I magic E words. Then we have our IE words like lie or tries, flies. And then IGH, we have words like night is one of your sight words. A lot of times G and H are followed by a T, not always. Sight words, if you have a sight word crown at home, you'll see that IGH on there. The word high, like high in the sky, has a GH at the end. If it's a knight, like that's fighting in battle, it's spelled like this, but with a K at the beginning, right? Or light, Lucy lamplight has that IGH in there. That GH says nothing. So if you see a G and H together, just know they're being silent and they're making Mr. I say his name, if you see that in books. Okay, and then our last I sound is that IR sound, right? Irving, So we have words like shirt and bird and girl and circus and twirl and dirt. That all have that sound. All right, so in your books this week, look for the I sounds, I, and read the words and sort them where that you think they belong. You could also cut words out of magazines, or you could do this along with me. You also might want to illustrate the words as you write them down so that you don't forget what they are. All right, good luck. I can't wait to see what you do. Send me a picture when you are done.